So once you open Python IDLE, so you get a command prompt. So this is what you call command prompt. This is the area where we type all the commands and we can practice all the functions, inbuilt functions. You call it as interactive mode or interactive prompt. So look at this. I have an assignment statement d is equal to 10. D is a variable and 10 is the one which is assigned to D. So if I type D, I get 10. So R is equal to 8.9, and if I type R, I get 8.9, and G is equal to hello, and if I type G, you get hello. So just observe one thing here. So we have three variables, D, R, G. D is assigned with 10, which is integer. The number without decimal point is integer. And R is assigned with 8.9, is your float, real number. And G is assigned with hello, which is within double quotations, is called a string. So here we have three types of data here: integer, real, that is float, and string. So you just observe one thing and look at this. A string can be placed within double quotations. A string can also be placed within single quotations. A string can also be placed within triple quotations in Python. You just observe this notation here. Even though the string is placed within double quotations, your output is in single quotations only. So you can also place within triple quotations. So in Python, if I want to print anything on screen, if I want to display anything on screen, I can use print function. Print is the inbuilt function. So whatever you put within double quotations, that will be displayed on screen. So look at this. A string can be within single quotations or double quotations or triple quotations. A string can be in lowercase or uppercase, but the inbuilt functions of any programming language must be in lowercase only. So I can't use print in capital letters. You get, check out the error, name error. The name print is not defined. So D, R, G are the variables which we used earlier. They can be in capital letters. A variable can be in capital letter or small letter. All the input functions, inbuilt functions, must be in lowercase only. So we have an inbuilt function type which gets you the type of data. Look at the type 10 is integer. Observe that class integer. We'll be discussing what exactly is the class later. Type 6.8 is float and type hello within double quotations is string. So we have an inbuilt function max which finds the biggest of any number of numbers. Labius is an absolute which converts a negative number to a positive number. POW is power. 2, 3 is nothing but 2 to the power of 3, that is 8. So look at some functions. Round of 10.34 is 10. Look at that, round of 10.50 is also 10. 10.51, anything above 0.50 you get the next number. So all the inbuilt functions are divided into various categories in Python, and we use the term modules. We have header files in C++. We use header files using hash include. We have import statements in Python, and also in Java. In Java, all the inbuilt functions are categorized into classes. Group of classes together is a package. But here we use the term module. Look at the first module, math module, import math, math.sqrt. So all the functions comes under the concerned module must be used with the module name only. So I have to use math dot only, math.sqrt square root, seal of any number like 10.23 or 10.7, you get the next highest, and floor of 10.23 is 10 only. Exp is exponentiation. The value of exponentiation is 2.718. Exp, if I put within brackets 1, is nothing but 2.718 to the power of 1. Exp within brackets 2 is nothing but 2.718 to the power of 2. And log, sine, cos, tan, etc. Degrees. So whatever I give within bracket 60 is radians, converting radians to degrees. So look at this function radians, math.radians. So look at the notation here. I need x comma something. It converts angle x from degrees to radians. So if I give 45 is the degrees value which is converted to radians. So if you want to work with the Python programs, go to file and take new file, and this is the area where you are supposed to type the program. So I have 3 print statements, and if you want to run, go to run. Look at that run module, shortcut key is F5. So it is asking to save, so you save it. So give some file name, and I'm giving something like P1. Look at that save as type Python files. Save. So look at the output. This is the area where you got the output. So you can see on the top p1.py, p1 is the file name, and .py, that is file name extension. So you just observe the output here. I use 3 print statements with 3 strings, and I got the output in 3 different lines. So look at the program. I just made a small change here. I just added end is equal to open a single quotation, space, and close a single quotation. So what happens if you use this notation? I'm just running it. You can just observe the thing. You get the output in the same line. That is important. So we have arithmetic operators. What is an operator? Operator is a symbol which is used to manipulate the data. In every programming language, we will be having different types of operators. Here the first category is arithmetic operators. Look at addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Look at that 5 by 2. 5 by 2 is 2.5 in Python, whereas in C, C++, Java 5 by 2 is 2 only. 5/2, we have floor division. The double slash is floor division operator, which gets you the quotient part of integer division. 2 to the 4, the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 1. Look at that 5 mod 2, that percentage symbol gets you the remainder of any division, integer division, modulus or mod. So look at 10 by 3. Is 3.33, whereas 10 floor division 3 is 3 only. Now 10 mod 3, you get the remainder as 1. Look at 2 by 4 is 0 and 2 floor division 4, and 2 by 4 is 0.5. So look at the program for addition of two numbers. C is equal to A plus B. A, B, C are the variables, and A, B is input and C is your output. So we need A, B to get C. In Python, we use input function to read the data from keyboard, just like scanf in C language and just like C in C++. So run it, and before that save it. I am giving the file name as add. It is asking for number 1, so I am giving 56, and number 2 is 67. Look at what happened here. This is very important. So there is a program written for C is equal to A plus B, addition of two numbers, and the first number I entered as 56, second number I entered as 67, but I got the output as 5667. Both are not added. And why is it so? And why is it so is the input function in Python accepts the data in the form of string only. Those who are having knowledge of C language, in programming languages like C, C++ and Java, if you are writing a program like this, we need a variable declaration. Int A comma B comma C semicolon. No variable declaration in Python. In C language, if you want to read the data from keyboard, we have an input function scanf. Scanf is used to read the data from keyboard. If I am reading integer, I am supposed to give %d. If I am reading float, %f. If I am reading character, %c, and so on in C language. In Python, we use only one input function to read the data. That is input. Input function reads the data in the form of strings only. So 56 what I entered is treated as a string, and 67 what I entered is also treated as string. So 56 plus 67, both the strings are concatenated. So look at this notation. 56 plus 67, both are added if I use plus operator, but input function treats it as a string. Look at that, 56 within double quotations plus 67 within double quotations. So this output you got it, but we are supposed to get 123. So what we are supposed to do in this case? In this case, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to use a function int. So which is used to convert a string to integer. Now run it. It's asking for number 1, 56, number 2 is 67, and you got the output as 123. So as I told you, input function reads the data in the form of string. You are supposed to convert it into integer if you are giving integer values. 11 and 33, and the output is 44. So I am running it again, and I am giving input as 3.4 and 5.6. Look at that. So when I entered 3.4, value error, invalid literal for int with base 10. I am supposed to enter integer only, but I entered 3.4. You get an error. It's not accepting the second number itself. So what if I want a float number to be entered? So just put float in front of input and you can run it. Now you give 3.4 and 4.5. You get 7.9. So what if I don't know I'm going to enter integer or I'm going to enter float? So once I run it, I want to enter integer at first run, and second run I want to enter float. In this case we have eval in Python, evaluate. So if I use evaluate in front of input, I can enter either integer value or float value. So you just run it and enter some integer value. Run again and you enter float value.